Hello guys, good to be back, Mass, back here again. I just want to say before I get started, I hope the dude that's watching that left that comment telling me I need to present myself better before I get on camera. I hope this outfit is good enough for you. It's a nice little holiday sweater. Well, not holiday sweater. It's just a green. It's like some sweater from, I think it was H&M maybe. I don't know. I got it a while ago. But anyways, hope everybody's Thanksgiving went well. Mine was spent primarily just sitting in my room. I made a video on Thanksgiving talking about how lonely Thanksgiving has become for people like us, like just being isolated during the holiday and during the holidays in general this time of year. But it didn't upload for some reason. I don't know why, but it didn't upload. So yeah, you guys didn't get to see that one, but basically, like, that was the whole gist of it. Just me realizing that, us as kids, we had it all laid out for us. And now it's up to us to, like, try to figure out some way to manifest that type of a holiday spirit and, for ourselves and for the people in our lives, and how hard that can be. And how, because of how hard it is, how often we go just alone during this time of year. But that was what the video was about. It wasn't nothing about, anything deep. If you guys want to hear me, like, reflect on it, I can still upload the video. I was telling, like, stories from when I was a kid. Wasn't nothing too crazy. But, with that being said, because I had such a lonely night last night, on a holiday, I think it kind of, like, put it into my brain how lonely I am, and subconsciously it probably made me really miss times where I felt connected to someone and some people and blah blah. So I ended up having, like, a really crazy dream, and I want to talk about this dream. And the dream is also pretty much the topic of today's story. Sorry, I'm sitting on a bus stop. There's a lot of ants on the place where I usually sit for some reason. I think somebody spilled a bunch of stuff. But anyway, the point of today's video is that our brains pretty much torture us. The human brain is a cruel supercomputer. Sometimes I don't even believe that, like, the way the brain works is almost pretty much the exact reason I'm starting to believe in the simulation, because there's no way this organ, this meaty little thing in our head that we could take out. Technically, we probably pass out or something before we get to do it, but we could technically just take it out if we wanted to. This thing is so interesting and can be so cruel when you go against the modes of it, the MOs, the modus operandi that it has set up, the things that we've taught it over time, and our human, like the lizard part of the brain, our human instincts. Our brain can be so messed up and can be its own version of torture. And it's weird because you would think that it wouldn't do such things, given that it's also trying to survive through us. So I'll get into the dream I had. And this isn't a super rare occurrence. I have, dreams all the time about certain people. So I ended up having a dream where I think I was either living with my sister or living with my ex. I was living in this apartment, and I think I was living with my sister, and my ex and my sister were really close friends, but me and my ex weren't necessarily on, like, good terms in this dream, like we aren't now. So I am just, like, lounging around the house. I think I had some days off work, or maybe it was like a holiday break or something. And I'm lounging around the house, and my sister's not there, but my ex is, like, coming in and out, just hanging around the house. I'm running into her in the kitchen. We're not really talking to each other outside of "excuse me," Are you done using that? Yeah. And it's almost like she was like borderline living there. So I am just like existing in the house. And what happens is a mutual friend that we both had, it was her friend first while we were in a relationship, so she became my friend. And then after the relationship, they stopped being friends, and that mutual friend became just my friend. Ironic how that works. And there's a whole story behind that. Me and her aren't even friends anymore. Terrible story. Really stupid story on my part. But anyway, both of those people aren't in my life in real life, but they're in the dream and they're friends again, and they're almost like avoiding me in the house, and they're like doing their own thing. And I'm starting to get wind of like them doing weird, let's just say LGBTQ stuff in the bedroom directly next to me, which I don't know if it's my sister's room or whatever. This is a weird dream. I think it was a guest room, and I had my room, my sister had her room. But anyway, they're doing stuff in there. And then she's inviting other people over, to people I didn't recognize, and they're still doing this stuff. And when they come, they're in the room making a bunch of noise, and then when they come out, they're like, shh, around me, like putting their heads down, walking past me, like laughing, snickering, little giggling, little whispering stuff. And I just felt like, wow, like, forget about the LGBTQ part. They're just, like, having fun. And they're interacting. They're being friends. And somewhere in my brain, I knew, like, okay. Like, in my brain, I knew that all this stuff had happened. That happened in real life had already happened. We all stopped being friends. We all fell out with each other. Everybody fell out. Nobody's friends anymore. And they somehow came back to being friends, leaving me out of the circle. And that hurt. That hurt a lot. Sorry, I had to pause it really quickly. But yeah, that hurt my feelings a ton. Just seeing them interacting with each other. So what happened was, on like the third day of this, I think my sister came in and they were all getting like dressed up to go somewhere. I guess it was like a girls' night or something. And I felt so left out. Like they were getting dressed up like fancy. But mind you, they're still maintaining this like silence around me, this like quiet silence, and it's like shh. So eventually I just like break the ice, and I don't talk to my ex, I don't talk to this other girl they have there, I talk to the friend, and I break the ice with her. And my ex, she like reluctantly, I started a really funny, lively conversation with her, and she got really into it. And you can tell that she was really, really receptive to, like, just the compliments I was laying down. Like, I was just trying to, like, I was tired of being alone, like, feeling alone. So I just, like, really got into this really lively conversation, and she was receptive to it in front of everybody else. So, of course, my ex kind of weasels her way into the conversation, like, reluctantly. I asked the girl for, like, a hug. She gives me a hug, and, like, we have this, like, look. And this is what caused me to wake up. It was, like, this look. You would think I'd be doing this with my ex, but I did it with the friend, and I just like gave her a hug, and it was, we both shared this like look of like, I kind of miss you, and it was like a look of like, I kind of miss you too, and that broke me down inside the dream. Like I was about to like pretty much cry, and then I wake up, and my first thought when I woke up is the brain can be so cruel. Now, I know that dream was kind of stupid and blah, 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 blah. It's kind of ridiculous. Dreams usually are, but this is the point I want to make as far as the brain goes. When I'm at my loneliest, in real life, when I'm not really socially there, not really enjoying life, not really enjoying fellow humans around me. I got a lot of stuff going on that makes me feel disconnected from my fellow man and woman. I'm not the loneliest dude in the world, but I'm just really, really lonely, and I'm like ostracized from the people who would cure that for me. I'm trying to cultivate it within myself to feel like I got myself, so I don't need to feel lonely. That's hard to do. And you're fighting against your brain the entire way, because it's just like, no, we don't need to be trying to do all this weird stuff. We need people. When I'm at my loneliest, my brain, I guess, has a way to motivate me to get back into some meaningful relationships, has the nerve to traumatize me like that. Because I wake up, I'm in this lonely room. I'm in this cold, lonely room. You guys see the weather today? It's cold. In the state I'm in, it doesn't get cold that much. So, it's gray. It's cold. I went into work a little early a minute ago, and I came outside because it's like super dead in there. The vibes are super low. Everybody just in there. Even the manager is just sitting around. Everybody's just wandering around, looking off into space. I'm just like, man, the vibes are not there. This is my life right now. Even if every day doesn't look like this, every day feels like this. This grayscale vibe. I feel like in an energetic way, life has this grayscale filter over it. And I hate it. And my brain keeps throwing these dreams at me of me when I was at my happiest. Like, I feel like I know what it's trying to do, but it's having the opposite effect. It's trying to motivate me back towards meaningful relationships and remind me what meaningful relationships are, which is insanely clever, insanely amazingly clever. Because in the dream, sometimes I'll have these dreams and become aware that it's a dream, and just try to figure out a way inside the dream to like stay here forever. How do you do that? Obviously it never works. As soon as I start thinking like that, I usually wake up. But it's trying to do that, and it's really clever and amazing, but it's traumatizing, man. I feel like I'm losing these people all over again. And I lost these people primarily, through faults of my own. Me not appreciating what I had, and me being a little reckless. That's how I ended up losing each one of these specific people. And I'm sorry. Like, I get it. I almost hope they see this video, because it's like, bro, I'm sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I think about these people all the time. And I'm sorry, my voice is cracking. This is a very emotional topic. I think about these people all the time. I want to find them and just like, I'd never be one to do something like this, but I want to beg, like, please, like, I'm sorry. Like, I get it. I learned my lesson. I swear I get it. Can we please just, like, go back and act like nothing ever happened? So much has been done. It's like, I get it, Enough is enough from me at a certain point in time. I understand. These people were around me when I was at the height of my addiction and everything. Like, I put these people in some weird predicaments. I understand all of it. I just feel like, why is my brain gonna then just wag them in my face and make me relive the loss all over again? Because every time I have a dream like that, and it happens all the time. It happens with my friends that I used to have and everything. I have dreams where it's the first day of school again, and I'm just kind of like, I'm in school. It's the first day of school, and like, what was the peak of me in high school? Probably like 10th grade, 9th, 10th grade. I came back, 10th grade, first day of school, and 12th grade, first day of school. I feel like those 2 years, I came back, 11th actually. 10th and 11th probably were the prime years, where I came back to school like that guy. Like, I was that guy objectively. Like, objectively, actually that guy. I guess you could say subjective, but from what I could see, people who I didn't know knew me. Like, that guy, Word had got out about my music and everything. I was that guy. I had my wardrobe together. I was that guy. And I'll have these dreams where I just pop up on these first days of school, and I'm surrounded by my friends. Nothing weird is happening. I'm surrounded by my friends. Everybody's there. Everybody. All my old friends. They're just all, and like I said, nothing's weird. It's a normal first day of school. We're just all walking around shaking hands. Oh, what's up? You got taller, psych, stuff like, it's just a normal first day of school, stupid stuff. New uniform clothes on. The girls I know walking by. My ex from, them times, them years, might walk by and she won't say too much, but she might say hi to me, the way me and my first ex went, if she said hi to me, that would be enough for me. I would cry probably on the spot. And me and her did get some form of closure later on in life, but it just still, but I have these dreams all the time, and I'll come to the point of like, wait, this is probably a dream. No. And then it'll shake the dream, and I'll wake up. Every time that happens, I don't leave the bed for like an hour because I'm like, no. These are peaks of my life. Having these friendships, being in these relationships, being in these situations where I felt like I was contributing to a social group and the social group was contributing back to me, and it was a symbiotic relationship. I don't have that now. I feel like everybody that's in my life, a lot of times, I know some people who are, I have some good friends. I got to stop, I can't be that ungrateful. I have some friends who I believe are good. But a lot of times I just feel like people want me to pour into them. I feel like I'm just pouring into people all the time. And I do have, like I said, I do have some good friends though. But a lot of people, they just want me out of convenience around. They just want me, you can, it's not the same. Let's put it that way. It's not the same. It's not how those situations work. And have you ever been in like friendships and then real friendships? You know the difference. Like your dogs, and you mess around with some girls, they cool, whatever, but then you get with that girl who really does a good job convincing you, like, I got you. That type vibe is different. And I don't experience those higher levels of these ideals. I don't. And the people who I experienced it with, they're gone. They don't want nothing to do with me, apparently. But my brain just keeps doing this. It keeps just throwing these dreams at me and messing with me and making me relive the guilt and the annoyance and the shame and the stuff that happened to cause these situations to dissolve. And I can't get it to stop. The brain is torturous, man. Like, if you think about the situations that your brain, not the situations it puts you in, but the ways it chooses to feel, the things it chooses to make you want to do, it's operating off of old software. It's not, there's a certain level of context that the brain just ignores. There's a certain level of, bro, do you see what's going on? Like, can you please not show me that? It's like, it has crazy urges, makes you want to do weird stuff at weird times. And we all know, you might be somewhere and you're having thoughts that you shouldn't be having, and you just kind of look at yourself like you kind of have that moment to yourself like, what was that thought? Yeah, and you kind of look up at your brain like, yo, stop it. The brain is just it's so smart and amazing, but it's so oblivious to what's going on. Like, bro, can you wake up and like look around? Can you give me some dopamine? Can you give me some serotonin? Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to force me to relive losing everything that meant something to me? Instead, you could be just forgetting about these people instead of torturing me and making me constantly miss them. You could be working overtime making me forget about these people. You could be overtime, helping me develop, making it easy for me to develop the new habits I'm trying to instill into myself, the financial habits and just different little mind frames I'm trying to get myself into, mindsets. It fights that. It doesn't like that stuff. It wants instant gratification. It wants me to go back to the same people over and over again because I know how they're gonna. My brain is just, it's like my biggest enemy. It has this strong, disgusting propensity for nostalgia to an extent that I can't even put into words. I constantly wake up every day, and one of my first thoughts in my head that I have to like fight myself out of, my first moods of the day is, man, this sucks that it's 2025. I wish it was 2014 again. And then I have to get myself out of there. Like, no, buddy, we got to make the most of this and that. And don't get the past. That's the past. Blah, blah, blah. I have to like consciously fight it. But as far as like the subconscious stuff that just loads and goes, it's all stuff that I'm trying to get rid of. My brain doesn't care that I'm working to get rid of it. I haven't talked to these people in forever. I don't lurk on social medias. I swear, I haven't seen what my ex looks like. I don't even know. In almost a year. I haven't talked to her in almost a year. In a couple of months, it'll be a year. Man, this year went fast. Jesus Christ. But anyway, I haven't talked to my old friend in coming up on 2 years on my birthday. But my brain, I haven't talked to like my ex from high school in 10 years. 8 years. But I dream about this girl a lot. I dream about all these people a lot. I see them a lot. My brain just throws them at me a lot. I find myself dating and wanting to discard new people because they're not exactly like the people of my past. I realize that. Like, I've thrown away some good people that I could have been with to this day because they weren't emulating what my favorite past partners would be. It sucks. It sucks. It really does suck. It really does suck. Really bad. It's not great. And I don't know why. I mean, I get why the brain does this. You get it set into a situation where it's getting the things that make it feel the closest it can feel to homeostasis. And after that, it wants to just keep that going as long as possible. And if it loses it, it wants to just go back to the last thing. That's why, like, you'll be so stuck on a girl, so stuck on a girl, so stuck on a girl, so stuck on a girl. You can't live without this girl. You can't live without this girl. You meet a new girl that makes you fall in love. Boop. You're kind of over it. Just like that. Granted, I'm the type of person where if, like, I love somebody, I'll never stop loving them. They're kind of just in there. And I can always see myself going back to them because it takes a lot for me. Increasingly, it takes a lot for me to get over the hump of love with some people. I mean, with people in general, friendship-wise or relationship-wise. It takes me a while to get to that point where it's like, oh, I would really sacrifice for you, actually. Like, I mess with you. It takes a while. It's not an easy thing. But yeah, it just sucks that, it just sucks that this is the way the brain functions. It functions off of routines. It doesn't like switching stuff up. It doesn't like unlearning habits once it's learned them. It's really the final frontier. Mastering your brain, your will, and stuff like that. That's really the what separates the winners and the losers, I think. Because our brain, so much of the stuff that we really want to do and the ways that we really want to be is on the other side of some big, super crazy brain fight. It's on the other side of some crazy sacrifice as far as our brain is concerned. It's on the other side of some super mentally uncomfortable situations. All the stuff we want is just, we have to fight our brain to get. Our brain is the enemy. My brain wants me to revert back to everything that was holding me back. And I can't do that. I have to move forward. But I will say I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing. I didn't act on these feelings. Hell, even yesterday I wanted to do some like rash stuff due to my loneliness. Didn't do it. A lot of my greatest triumphs are literally me doing the opposite of what my brain is trying to tell me to do. I wish doing the right thing felt more euphoric. I wish doing the right thing felt more euphoric. Oftentimes you do it and there's no celebration as far as the neurochemicals and neurotransmitters that go off when we, engage in sex and food and sugar, stuff like that. The neurotransmitters fire for those things. They don't fire when you pay off your car. They don't fire when you tell yourself, no, I can't buy this thing because I need to save up money to pay off my car, which is almost paid off, and I kind of want to get it done a little quicker. That's my current thing. I'm about to pay off my car. First time paying off a loan completely. Financial literacy, people. Can't wait to have no car note. So excited. Maybe I'll give you guys a tour of the new car that I'm going to get. But yeah, you don't get a euphoric boost from putting up $200 when you know you could take that money and go buy something now. Go do something now. It doesn't work like that, man. And I wish it wasn't like that, but this is the fight. This is the fight, man. This is the battle. It's the everyday battle. Especially for us people who've gone through certain traumatic losses and situations and stuff like that. It's every day with this. And if we're trying to improve and be better and do better, you're not going to get no pats on the back from your brain until you get the big goal at the end. Along the way, your brain is going to be trying to turn around at every stop, at every step. It's going to be trying to turn around and go back to what we know. Settle. We had it good before. It's going to be trying to, throw away the progress at every step because it's unsure. We've never been here before. This is not a part of a routine or a habit. I'm going to keep fighting, guys, but I just wanted to share that with y'all because it really was a tough morning for me. Just from that stupid dream. That stupid dream mixed with the weather and the temperature out here and stuff. That stupid dream made me feel so lonely. It feels like I just went through a breakup with my girlfriend and just went through a friend breakup all over again with my old best friend. It made me feel like I just went through both of those this morning. That's how it feels. It feels like I just went through both of those things all over again this morning on the same day. Imagine losing your best friend, and some people know friend breakups are worse than relationship breakups sometimes. Imagine losing your best friend and going through a breakup all within the same hour. And for some reason you have no reason to believe they'll ever be back. They're done. It's over. They're gone. I miss them so much. And one day I hope they watch this. I don't know. Those situations ended pretty bad. Like I said, I take responsibility for my part in things. I wasn't completely the only guilty one in these situations, but I played the main role in these things. I had choices and I made some wrong choices. Simple as that. But we moving forward and trying to be better in that regard. So with that being said, I do gotta work and get to work, but I got like 20 good minutes. I want to actually spend some time out here at this nice little park we got here. Oh, it's starting to rain. Maybe not. I want to spend some time at this nice little park we got out here. 20 minutes before I go to work. Just walk a lap, listen to some music. And get my head on right because, I need to make this money. I'm working more. I opened up my availability so I can hurry up and pay off this car. If anybody wants to donate to help me pay off my car, let me know and I can send you my Cash App. I can send you the money back too. Hey. Because this is like my biggest expense in life right now. That's why I'm so excited. After this, I just want to get a credit card. That's it. I have like a $200 debt with T-Mobile, and I want to just get a credit card after that. Secured credit card, built my credit. See, last year, I was kind of worried about it, but a couple years ago, I wasn't worried about none of this. It was about fast money, women, getting lit. Same stuff I've been on since 2014. And I'm finally leveling up. And I won't let my brain, as hard as it's trying, make me spin around and do the same shuffle that I've been doing for almost the last 10 years. I'm going to really fight hard to not let that happen. And I implore y'all to do the same. It's not going to be easy. It's hard out here. It's hard. This is not going to be an easy fight, guys. But you're not alone in it. It's going to be some tough days. Just remember why you're doing it. Affirmations, vision boards, all that type of stuff. It does work. I'm going to try to accomplish my goals right in front of you guys. So hopefully that message gets across in a visual sense. But until then, I appreciate y'all for watching. Like I said, I hope that dude who wanted me to present myself is okay with this outfit. It's not nothing too crazy. Got some green on the shoes to match the sweater. Hope he likes it. Hope that guy likes it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Mass out.